Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Moksha.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Neve and Abhinav. Okay, so we'll start because the time is up. Okay, children, I think we all can turn on the video. So last time we have discussed about the structure of a flower. We have started with it. And I think the parts of the flower we have discussed, the male part, the female part. Definition of them we have discussed. And then I think we have to discuss now about the sepals, petals, and other parts. At the same time, we have also discussed about the pollen grains, anther, filament, style, stigma, and ovary. How do they look like, right? So now we will be writing about the remaining parts and their functions also. I think they are still joining. Let them join. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes more.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Siddharth.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Shumansh.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Sumuk. Okay. So we'll start then. Last time, Siddharth, what is the shortcut for the unisexual flower? What are the two examples of it? The examples of the unisexual flowers, how you're going to learn them. So, Muk, the example of the unisexual flowers.
UPW.
Yes, Abhinav. What about others? Children, why your videos are off? Correct area. Turn on the videos, children. It's like, it gets no connection, then no link. Yeah, Siddharth, what is the shortcut for the unisexual flowers? UPWBHM. U stands for unisexual, P for papaya, W for watermelon, B for bisexual, H for hibiscus, and for M for the mustard. Okay. So UPWBHM. These are the shortcuts we have learned in the last class. And then the parts of the stamen we have discussed, which are the anther and filament. And anther contain the small kind of the structure or the male gametes, which is called as the, what is the male gamete called as, which is present in the anther?
Bilobed.
Male gametes which are present inside the anther. They are called as pollen grains. Yeah, the pollen grains. And the stigma, style, and ovary. Inside the ovary, what will be there?
Ovules.
Yeah, ovules. Good. Fine. So that is what like we have discussed in the last class. Now we will be starting with the next. So today the different remaining parts we will be discussing about. The first part of the flower is what? The sepals. Okay, before that, I think we can go for the structure of the flower. So somewhere the structure will be like this only, right? I hope children this is looking like a flower only, right?
It is.
Okay. Okay. So before going to the other things, but before I'll just tell you what are the different parts of it. So starting with the first one, which are the sepals. So sepals are basically here, the green color structure. So you might have seen when you look to the flowers, the outside the green color, small leaves will be there. They are what? They are called as the sepals. Okay. The green leaf-like structures, which are the outermost layer of a flower. Fine. So but you might have seen the flower during the bud stage. So when the flowers are in the bud stage, those green colors will be actually at the outermost, and then the colorful leaves will be inside, right? So that is why the sepals, they are the outermost part of the flower. Now coming to the second part, which are the colorful parts. So this region, this complete region here, this part, this part, this leaf, this leaf. So all these complete regions, they are called as what? They are called as the petals. Now, by looking at this picture, what I have drawn here, can you tell me how many petals are here?
Three.
Three.
Correct, three. Okay, one, two, three. So I hope like you have understood now. Okay, so what, how many numbers like it can be three, it can be four, it can be five. So whatever the colorful parts, colorful leaves are there, they are called as the petals. Okay. Then these petals are generally colorful for the attraction actually. So what happened? They are colorful. So the insects will be coming and directly they can do the pollination process can happen. Right. So to attract the insects, they are colorful. Then already I've explained you about this stem and part. This see here this part, here this part, and this part. They all are what? They all are the which part? Which part are they? They are, I have drawn them like this. Which part are they?
Stamen.
Correct. They are the stamen. The upper one is called as the anther. The down one is called as the, wait, the down one is called as the filament. Fine. So like this, I have made this together as a stamen. So how many stamen are here? One, two, and this three. Fine. So three stamens are there with the anther and filament both. So both will be present there. And how many female part can you see in this picture? Can you
One.
see this part? One. Right in the center, you can see this part, which I have marked now with the green color, will be like this here. Okay, it will be somewhere like this. And inside this, what is present? It will be the ovules present. Okay, so this is actually the ovary, and inside this ovary the ovule will be there. And what is the center part called as in them? Style. Correct, Abhinav. So it is called as style, and the upper part, which is sticky, that is called as stigma. Fine, it is called as a stigma. Now one more important part we have here, this part. Find the holding part. You will be holding that flower in your hand, right? Below this basal thing, below the swollen part, there will be one holding small stem kind of thing will be there. That is called as pedicel. P-E-D-I-C-L-E. Very, very important this is. I will as a stalk. Okay, pedicel or stalk. Very, very important. This is for the board exam. So they usually ask this. So name the part from which you hold the flower. That is called as pedicel. Fine. Some you can write the stalk, but try to remember this word pedicel. Okay, because pedicel they generally use for the MCQs also. So either you can say it is a pedicel, either you can say it is a stalk. So pedicel stalk. Then you will have the ovule, ovary, stigma style. Surrounding it will be the sepals, petals, and then the anther filament will be there. So that is how the complete structure of the flower will be. Clear, children? So if they
Yes.
ask you to draw the structure of the flower, then compulsory this diagram you need to make. Nothing complicated. See, within 2 minutes you can draw it. Just practice the leaves. That's it. Remaining thing you think you can just make it easily. So that is how the structure of a flower will be. Now, starting with the sepals, the first one, the functions of sepals. So, sepal, basically, it is
Ma'am, could
the,
you show the previous page?
yeah, Aryan, just give me a minute, okay? So, I'll just complete this 3-4 statements and then I'll share that page so that together you can write it. So, it is a green leaf like structure. So, it is a green leaf like structures which form the outermost layer of a flower. Now, outermost layer of a flower, keep in mind, because they can give you a name of the following question also, that name the outermost layer of a flower. So the answer will be sepal. And by writing the sepal, easily you will be getting 1 mark. So make sure that you do that. Then the second thing, it protects the birds. So you might have seen the birds will be protected in this. Like suppose this is the bird, right? This is the bird maybe. So outside some green color structure will be there. So they will be protected in them. So this is the main function of it, that they will be giving protection to the bird at the early stage. And also very important, they have the other name which is called as calyx, calyx. Learn this, okay? The other name of the sepals is the calyx, calyx. So it is a green leaf-like structure which form the outermost layer of a flower. It protects the bird and it is also called as the calyx. So just write their other name. Other name of sepal is calyx. Now the second one is they are the petals. Now the petals, it is the part of flower that are found inner to sepal. So inside the sepal they will be present, and collectively they are called as corolla. Fine. So they are called as corolla. So when all the petals we are talking about together, so instead of saying them as a petal, what do we call them as other name? As the corolla. So corolla is the other name. Corolla. Then what do? They help in the pollination. They helps in attracting the insect. They helps in attracting the insects for pollination process. So when the insects will come and sit, automatically they can do the pollination process. And why this happens actually, why the insect get attracted? They get attracted because of the bright color, because the petals, what do they have? They have the bright color, and often they are scented. It means they, they release some good fragrance, and because of this, the automatically insects, they will get attracted to it, like the rose. So rose also have a very good smell. So because of this, easily the insects, they come and sit on them and they start the pollination process. So that is what the petals are.
Now could you please show?
Okay. I'll just show this now. First write this 3-page and then you can go for the next thing. This diagram, children, is very, very, very important. The holding part is known as either the pedestal or the stalk. Learn both the names. Labeling is very important. And sometimes they ask you to draw the structure and to label the 3 parts. And 3 parts, they give in the name the following options. Like, though you have to draw the complete diagram, but in the 3 options, they will be asking you to name the following. Like first question, they will give you, label the part which is sticky in nature. So you should label the stigma. Then they might say you, like, label the part from where we hold the flower. Then you should label only the pedestal. So if they give you only few options to label, only those options you need to label. You should not label everything. But if they ask you to draw and then label everything, then you can do it. So it depends upon the question. They can ask you to label completely, or they can ask you to just label 1 or 2, whatever they have asked in the question, to label them. So depending on the question, answer them. Am I clear, Sumukh, Siddharth, Rizwana,
Yes, ma'am.
Priti, Ayonija,
Ma'am,
Abhinav, yeah, Aryan,
ma'am, can you show the notes?
yeah, showing. Sudhamshu, Puriya, Meher,
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear,
Yes, ma'am.
Shubhansh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, wait.
Okay. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Aryan, Abhinav, done? Rizwana, Huria,
Ma'am.
One minute,
Kriti,
ma'am.
Ayunij. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Done.
Go for the next one.
Ma'am, can you once show the sepal part?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Once done, children, let me know about this. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll go to the next one now. Okay. So the next part is the pedicel. Pedicel is called as the stalk of a flower. So the holding part of the flower, sometimes it was also called as the stalk. Fine. So it is helping, like it helps to hold the flower. So that is what the function of the pedicel. Then the next part is the receptacle. Receptacle. Receptacles are basically the broadened base of a flower. So in this picture, when you see this picture, here, this part, oh wait, I'll change the color. Okay, so this part, see this part where the down of the ovary is little broad, that part is called as the receptacle. So it is at the tip of the pedicel. So this is the pedicel, okay? So at the tip, it means at the top of the pedicel, the part which comes or which starts is what the receptacles. And why it is called as receptacles? Because basically it has all the kinds of the other parts of the flower. So be it sepals, be it petals, be it ovary, be it ovule, be it stigma, style, everything. So everything is holding on this receptacle part. That is a reason the name receptacles is given to them. Fine. So this part which is at the tip of the pedicel is called as the receptacles. So the broadened base of flower which lies at the tip of pedicel, at the tip of pedicel. So that part is called as the receptacle. So at this point, what happened? All the parts will be attached. So at this point, all parts of a flower are attached. So like this, you have the structure, right? Like this, the structure will be so here it will be ovule. So at this part, basically, everything will be lying. So this is what this part is the receptacle. So clear children, pedicel is the stalk of the flower, receptacles is at the tip of the pedicel from where all the other parts of the flower will be arising. Sepals are generally called as the calyx and they are the green color, a small leaf-like structure which will be protecting the bird, whereas a corolla is the petals which are generally colorful. Now what happens sometimes actually is a kind of note, sometimes if both sepals and petals are cannot be identified. So in some of the case, what happened, like in some of the hibiscus flower and some of the other flowers also, the sepals and petals both are colored. So because both are colored, sepals are also colored, the petals are also colored. So what happened? We cannot distinguish them. Means we cannot identify that which is the sepals and which are the petals. So they cannot be distinguished from each other. So we cannot distinguish them from each other. Then their whorl is called. Then their whorl. What do you mean by whorl? Whorl means circle, okay? WHORL. It is means circle. So then their complete whorl or their complete round structure of the circle is known as perianth, is known as Perianth. Very, very important again. What is perianth? Perianth is basically when sepals and petals both are colored and they cannot be identified. You cannot identify them, which is sepal and which is the petal. Then this whole complete circle or the whorl is known as a perianth. And it's together called as and its constituents are called as the tepals, are known as tepals. So sepals are green, petals are what? They are the colorful, whereas the tepals means when we cannot identify them separately. Clear children? Understood what is perianth? When you cannot identify the sepals and petals, that is called as the perianth. Any doubt children in this?
No, ma'am.
This is again a very
No,
important thing. Sepals, petals, sepals
Ma'am,
green. Yeah, tell me.
ma'am, can you once again explain what is perianth?
Perianth means, see, the sepals are generally, they are green in color. The petals are generally the colorful in color, right? So now in some of the flowers, what happened? The sepals are also colored in structure, okay? They're also colorful. So when sepals and petals both are colorful, you cannot say that which part is sepal and which part are the petal. So in this conditions where you cannot identify which is sepal and which is petals, then that condition is known as a perianth. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So note this down now, pedicel receptacles and the perianth.
So, ma'am, the
Yeah.
pedicel of the flower is Stalk.
Yeah, stalk of
And
the flower.
stalk.
Hmm.
The stalk of the flower is petals.
Correct. So what happens is, sometimes in the exam they use the word pedestal and sometimes they use the word stalk, but both has the same meaning, which means the part which we use to hold it.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, are there any flowers with perianth?
Hibiscus also you have, and sometimes you might have seen your purple color flowers also, where you cannot identify them. I'll show you here also. See here, in color, like look very light yellowish in color. So you cannot identify which is a sepal, which is the petal.
Can
Here
we
also
say
see you cannot
lilies?
identify which is petals. Yeah.
Lilies and tulips.
So yeah, correct. Tulips also has, right? So you see here you have, you cannot identify which are the sepals and which are the petals because they look similar actually.
Ma'am, what if the flower is green and then you cannot differentiate between both of the petals and sepals?
No, I can't get you. Come again.
Ma'am,
what if the petals were green? Even
Petals
that's
are
not
changed.
perianth, right?
No. Actually, we don't have such kind of condition where the whole structure is green. If you're talking about the petals, they are green, then definitely sepals will be green. But we don't have such a flower where everything is like, completely green.
Done, ma'am.
All have done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Yes.
And this Sunday, children, I want you to complete the test on Saturday itself. Because Sunday I won't be available. I want you to upload the answer sheet and send the answer sheet personally to me on Saturday itself. Okay. You have the time in the night time, somewhere around 8, 9, you can complete it, but share me on Saturday itself. Because Sunday I'm not available. They tell me?
Ma'am, actually I am not available on Saturday. I have to go somewhere and will come मतलब late night हो जाएगा तो Sunday morning तक हो जाएगा.
All right, no issues. Like, you know what, try to send it soon, okay? So it is must for all of you to attend the test and send me the answer sheet by Saturday itself, children. And make sure that you upload it on the WhatsApp and also send me personally on my WhatsApp number. And it should be in the
Can
PDF
you
format. No images, children. They tell me, Abhinav?
open the test from 4 or 3 o'clock itself?
Test will be
Please.
open at 11 a.m. itself, actually.
Okay.
Fine. Your grade 10 test is always open from 11 a.m. on Saturday. So if you wish, you have the holiday on that day. What you can do at 11 a.m. onwards, you can start doing it. And if you do that, then I will be really happy because I can check, I think, on Saturday afternoon at somewhere 2, 3, 4, I can check it. Okay. So at 11 a.m. itself, every Saturday, your test, only I am talking about science test. Your maths test will be open only at 5 p.m. But science test is always open on 11 a.m. All right, so do that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children, then thank you.
Ma'am, I
Thank
think
you, ma'am.
this
Bye.
Saturday, this Saturday is second Saturday.
Yeah, I think yes. So it will be off for the school?
Yes, ma'am, only second Saturday.
Okay, then that's good for me actually. Okay, children, then thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.